The artificial intelligence revolution is here, and now you can use AI to help you predict a range of possible outcomes for a stock that you might be interested in researching. The best part is the first month is free, so there really is no downside for you to give it a try, to check it out, to research, to see the cutting edge artificial intelligence predict and give a range of how a stock you might own potentially perform over the next 5 years, and why this analyst, this artificial intelligence, is giving this unbiased assessment. So my name is Daniel. You're watching Unrivaled Investing. I originally created this channel to try to help investors think a little bit more rationally. So originally I did that primarily through, making educational videos. During the SPAC craze, I was like, oh, things are a little too frothy here. I also share my own personal investment journey at unrivaledinvesting.com with an exclusive weekly letter. I'm looking for companies that I can own and partner with for years to come. And one member of the Unrivaled Nation joined me this past year. His name's Steve Cooper. And he said, Daniel, I think we can leverage artificial intelligence to help investors as well beyond this letter that you're offering. And so we launched AI Ticker Chat. The latest cutting edge tool is AI Predict. Let me show it to you now. And so you can see an example with Alphabet or Google stock and how AI Ticker Chat, this AI Predict feature, is thinking about a range of possible outcomes. So let's go to AI Ticker Chat now. This is what we initially launched with, which is it shows you the key financials, the key documents with the SEC, the earnings transcripts, and allows you to talk with it based on various different AI models. Now you're interested in Predict. So you go to a fundamental analysis. This is currently in beta. You click on AI Predict underneath it, and we're pulling up Alphabet here. You're interested in Predict, so you're going to press this Predict button right here, and it's going to pull it up. And it's important to recognize when you're researching a company, it might take you hours, it might take you days, it might take you weeks to do an assessment of a business. Finny or artificial intelligence, it's going to take you a couple minutes. So you might want to grab a cup of chai, come back later. As it's running it, here's the outcome where you see it says, oh, okay, it looked through the annual reports. It looked through the quarterly results. It looked through transcripts. It gives you a summary of what it's thinking based on looking at all this. So you have an assessment of Alphabet. Oh, okay, search, YouTube, cloud. That's what's driving the business. You have different scenarios like bear, base, bull. You have the assumptions. You have the valuation components when you're thinking about 5 years out for this business. So you want to apply the scenarios, hit close. And you're going to get, looking at this, you're going to get historical price and a range of what the price could be in the future. Once again, looking at that bull, base, and bear. And then you could look at the historical financials, the actual financials, and here's the projected, once again, using artificial intelligence. It's saying the growth for Alphabet over the next 5 years, maybe it grows 5% in the bear case. Maybe it grows 13% annualized over the next 5 years in the bull case. Then it shows you what the profit margin could be 5 years out in 2027. Then it shows you, and keep in mind, it's 5 years out from the last full year, 2022. Then it shows you what's the end multiple. These are the key assumptions. And you might say, Daniel, I don't agree with this at all. Well, first of all, it's in beta. Second of all, this is a starting point. You don't have to agree. You can easily change the income. You can easily change the revenue. You can change the end multiple. You can change it. Any of the items that are highlighted in yellow, you say, you know what? I don't agree. I think in the minimum case, it's going to grow 10%. You put that in right here, and it's going to impact what the price return is. Now, there's different components that affect your return. There's the price change, which is the earnings per share times the end multiple 5 years from now. There's also the cash that potentially accrues to you as a shareholder. Maybe it's via dividend, maybe it's through buybacks. So that you have this cash accrual, you have the price change, and that gets to this potential total return, annualized return over here that, combines these two, when you're thinking about Alphabet stock. Now you might say, well, how is it calculating this free cash flow? What's it look like? Well, you can look at the detail. You can pull that up. You can say, oh, here's the interest income. Here's the depreciation and amortization, the working capital, the capital expenditures. Maybe you disagree. Once again, feel free to change it. And if, after you put something in, you want to, erase it, just press this little X mark, start over. Goes back to just the base case assumptions that AI Ticker Chat came up with. Now, maybe you want to say, okay, what are the assumptions here? I mean, what are the inputs that it's coming? How is it coming up with this 23 to 30% profit margins? Well, click on this little information button, and it shows you the actual profit margins so far this year and what it's thinking for the rest of this year, as well as what it's thinking about around long-term margins, as well as its latest earnings, to show you this is how it's coming up with these results. Once again, this is in beta. It's not perfect. It won't cover everything. And right now, our investment universe is for, businesses $4 billion market cap and above. We expect to expand that shortly. It also doesn't cover, let's say banks or some financial institutions where the business model is a little too tricky for Finny, our artificial intelligence. But this is just the starting point when you're using AI Ticker Chat, because you use AI Predict, get a range of possibilities. Then you say, you know what? I want to learn more about their financials. You go to AI Audit and you can click, on their latest quarterly result. You say, what's driving revenues? Click on that revenues button, and it'll, once again, using artificial intelligence, pull from the actual filing to tell you what's going on here. And you can click on any of those line items to tell you, dive into what is going on with the business very quickly, accelerating your research efforts. That said, you can also get summaries of transcripts, news developments, as well as some prompts that provide a summary of the business, as well as our key starting offering, which was chat, where you may want to, ask questions about some of their financial documents to understand what is going on, with a quarterly result, or maybe you want to pull up a bunch of earnings calls and say, what did management talk about? Did they discuss XYZ on any of these conference calls? So AI Ticker Chat is another investment tool designed to help you research businesses. And now AI Predict is designed to help you think about the range of possible outcomes. This is a starting point. We are very excited about what artificial intelligence can do for you in the years ahead. This is just the beginning. Thanks so much for tuning into Unrivaled Investing.